Hey guys, this is Spark Plus Ultra here, and this is part 2 on what if Deku was Zatanna, the magician hero. And I hope you like this video and hope you subscribe. Izumi was going to school, and she was packing some of her things to make sure she takes care of her animals and her plant plus her school things. Izumi then says, "Alright guys, I'm going to be off," and then says, teleporting into school at UA, but doesn't know where Class 1A is, but she can go and walk to it and find it. Then she finds Class 1A and then takes a deep breath and says, "Alright, Izumi, it's time to be a student again." And Izumi opens the door and sees Bakugo and Ida arguing, and Bakugo doing his line as usual. But then Izumi looks a yellow-haired boy, and Izumi says, "Denki?" The boy who saw her and says, "Oh wow, Izumi? It's been a while. I haven't seen you for a long time." Izumi just goes with a act saying, "Far too long, my little friend." Little? You're about 2 inches shorter than me. Be quiet, you. And Denki was a blockhead, not really realizing what Izumi is thinking. Reality is pretty little red, and Denki says, "Hey, what's the matter? Why are you turning red?" It's nothing." And Denki says, "Okay." In a confused look, Izumi looks at all the students, including Bakugo. Can't believe a pigeon comes to this." And Bakugo says, "Pigeon? Oh, you are dead, Daddy's girl." And Izumi gets out her wand and says, "I like to see you try." And Ida trying to break up the fight, but then Aizawa says, "You guys, please be quiet." And Izumi sees Aizawa and says, "Yes, Aizawa. I'm very sorry about that." You should be more quiet, Izumi." "Yes, teacher." Bakugo says, "Huh? You know this guy?" And Izumi pushes Bakugo's head down and says, "Bow down, huh? You're not the one giving me orders." And Aizawa says, "Now, everybody sit down." All the class sits down, and Aizawa says, "Good to see my former apprentice here." "Former?" All the students look at Izumi and says, "Teach." And Aizawa says, "Relax. You're one of my best at learning, and thanks to your old man." Told ya." "Hey." Aizawa uses his red eye glow, and you better be nice too. She gone through way worse things. Bakugo says, "Whatever." And Zawa says, okay, it's time to go and see what you can do with your quirks. And Chaco says, shouldn't we go to the preliminary exam? And Zawa says, I don't care. I do what I want. And we're going to do how your quirks work. Or in Zumi's case, magic as well. All the students go to the changing room. And Mina saying, so, you like Denki, huh? Blushing her face, saying, what? No, I don't. And looking at the side, and Mina says, don't worry, your secret is keep from me. Thanks. In a very, very happy but in a sad tone, Zumi and all of the students go in their sports gear, and Azawa says, okay, now we're going to be doing our exams on, so Zumi, you're going to throw this ball. And Zumi says, yes, teach. Izumi then grabs the ball, goes into the throwing, and takes a breath, and says, levitate, and she makes the ball levitate, going as far as a joke goes. And Zumi's reach as infinity. And all the students say, wow, this is going to be fun. This is going to be easy. And Zumi says, well, you say that. And Zawa says, fun, huh? There it is. Zumi points. And Azawa says, now, you're going to be in a exam, so let's make a bet. If one of you doesn't get in last, then you won't get expelled. And the students say, what? That's not fair. And the other students say, yeah, we worked hard to get into this school. So, other students, other heroes worked hard, and they have to take a risk. If you don't take this seriously, then you won't get, then you have to take responsibility. And Izumi sighed and says, this is what your same training said to me as well. Of course, because you're in Magician Prodigy. A magician also needs to be learning how to make their own skills. And all the students were impressed on Zumi's cooperability, on how she knows Azawa. And yes, this joke and reference is from Batman. There's some similarities, but difference. And Zumi takes about first place on how well her magic helps. She can levitate anything, including herself. She can also create speed or any types of different elements. And her power, magic, is allowed to be used on anybody. And Zumi walks home and thinks, geez, didn't think Zawa was going to be there. Man, his trainings are the worst, but he does care. Then she hears Kaminari's voice. Hey, Zumi. Zumi turns around and looks at Denki, and Denki shows her a magic trick. The same one that he showed her. And Zumi says, "You are such a goof." I know. Walking home and they part ways a bit. Then Zumi gets ready for her hero costume, and she sewed it, and she made it out of her old but different magician gear from her past, making it like this image right here. And Zumi gets her in UA and sits down and writes what to do, and does some breathe and spelling the words backwards. You might not think it would be hard, but oh boy, it's hard. And it's her part of her thing. And Zumi goes to UA, and then everybody in class 1A sees All Might coming out of the room and says, "I am here, walking like a true hero." And all the students were happy, and they are shouting, and All Might explains that they're going to be doing their hero versus villain test. And then Zumi gets her hero gear, and she walks out and says, "Ta-da!" And this is how I'm gonna end this video. I hope you like this and subscribe. See you next time. Plus Ultra!